Ben had to drop off packages at FedEx. There's this pretty dope, oh, you can't even see it, coffee place next door, Cattle Dog Coffee. Pretty solid. Now we're headed to Walmart. I know, just such an interesting life. We just live such a crazy life. So yeah, Walmart trip. Are you excited, Ben? Are you hyped?
I'm super excited, man. This is gonna be the best Walmart trip of the week.
This is the first one of the week, but yeah. All right, guys. So I've seen the comments about the shaky camera, and a lot of you say you need to get a new camera. It's not really, well, kind of is the camera's fault, but it's a solid camera. It's a Sony A6500. We got a nice Sony lens on it with optical image stabilization that's always been terrible ever since I got it. It's a little better on this lens than it was with the first lens I got. So I upgraded, and these 3-axis gimbals for these cameras have gotten pretty affordable. So I picked up one of them for this camera, using it right now. Pretty excited with it. It seems to work pretty well. It's definitely way less shaky than it was before. The downfall is I can't use my mic. It makes it too heavy and too top heavy more so it like wants to tilt forward. And I can only use like this lens or my other lens. I just got a new lens. It's too heavy to use in the gimbal. Kind of counterintuitive purchasing there to try to make better videos for you guys. But again, very happy with how smooth this is. It seems really nice. Cool pans going. I can go like, whoosh. Oh, I keep thinking this button's reversed. Just go like, whoosh. Look at them welds, boy. Oh wow, that's tight. So I can be like, hey look, over there, let's look at Ben. Damn it, it just did it. I just did this thing where you tap the button 3 times and it spins it around. All right, let's try this again. Ready, watch, Ben. Oh yeah, look at what Ben's doing over there. But you know, I'm over here doing over here things. I just can't get it to go back. Doing over here, bud?
Pulling the wiring harness out.
That's so exciting. It's only exciting because I have a gimbal now and it looks smooth and effortless.
So much hype. It's not weird at all.
All right, anyway, waiting. Oh no, you're going the wrong way. Go back this way. Go back, wait, no, left, right, there we go, this way. So I'm waiting for my shocks to be delivered for the truck, and I need to do a window motor on the truck. I guess I could start that now. But after yesterday, I've been really antsy to mess around with some more TIG welding, so I'm gonna do that instead.
You base your happiness around material women and large paper. That means you inferior, not major.
So I got my pie cuts all tacked up. They're pretty terrible because I wasn't able to get a consistent cut with the chop saw, and chop saws leave a lot of crap and whatever, but that's good. It'll be a good learning experience since there's a lot of gaps and it's thin wall. It'll be more real world for me. Try to learn how to deal with this kind of stuff. I just want to get decent, you know. I'm sure once I do this for a while, it won't be as exciting, but for me right now, it is so fun. TIG welding is just so fun. It's such a rewarding experience. But as much as I want to start welding that right now, we've got more pressing things to do. I didn't think these were going to show up, but my shocks for the truck showed up. Ben's whipping it. Don't hit my truck, brother. Got to assist Ben. Can you see me? Bring it on back, son. Bring it on back now. Straight back. Keep coming, and stop, dialed. Okay, so as I was saying, these shocks are the Bilstein 5100s. I ordered them based off everyone's recommendation. They said they ride really well. My truck doesn't ride very well currently, and they're meant for a 0 to 2 inch lift in the front and like a 0 to 1 in the rear, which I have my torsion keys cranked up to fit the bigger tires. So it should work out pretty well. It should be solid because Truck doesn't ride very well as is. I mean, it's always gonna be stiff because it's a big diesel truck and it's meant to carry heavy loads. Definitely rides better loaded, but I'm hoping these shocks will soften the ride a little bit, especially before this long trip. I want this thing to be as comfy as possible. Comfy AF. Yeah, we're gonna do that first and then I can enjoy my playtime of doing some more TIG welding. Should be easy though. There's like one bolt at the top and like a bolt at the bottom. I wonder what the rear is probably just one bolt each way. Let's see. Yeah, we got a bolt there. And it looks like a bolt up here. Looks like just a through bolt up there. Should be pretty easy. All right, so far, this is seemingly very easy, except this top nut, there's not really any way to get it from the top. So I've got to use peasant hand tools, but it's still only 2 bolts. Yeah, it's stuck. Need pliers. Out with the old and with the new. It's pretty nice. These come with new like rubber upper mounts and new top nuts. They got dust boots. They seem pretty solid. Like I said, I'd only heard good things about the Bilsteins. I hadn't really heard any ravingly good reviews of the other shocks, so I figured it was worth the extra money. They're not that bad, like $70 each, which feels like a lot when you can get an OE style shock for 20 bucks, but I mean, it's worth it. It's not something you change super often, so. Oh, also, a lot of you had asked about updating the garage or the shop lighting, because it is not ideal in here, and I agree. So I bought this thing, a 10-pack of these on Amazon, and only one of them showed up. Amazon still hasn't responded to me about why no more showed up. I'm honestly just kind of walking around because it's fun to do with the gimbal. Honestly, haven't been this excited about a piece of camera equipment in a very, very long time. I'm just blown away by this. This was 270 bucks, which to think that 4 or 5 years ago to get a gimbal that could carry this camera, it'd be a double handle one, like $3 grand. And now for 270 bucks, you can get an ultra portable one that'll carry a Sony A6500 with a 10 to 18. It just blows my mind. But anyway, this is not sponsored at all. I paid for this with my own money. I just ordered it on Amazon. I just found the one with the best price that had really like good reviews as well. Yeah, the link to that will be, or this will be below if you guys want a gimbal. I don't know how many of you need a gimbal, but if you do, I'll put the link below. So we haven't done one of these in a long time. Let's see how it is with the old gimbal. Fail. I totally forgot to do the second part of the snap thing for the front, and I didn't feel like taking the wheel off because the truck wheels are heavy. We have got it good with cars because there's way less lug nuts, the wheels are way heavier, everything's just not as heavy. You can even tell the difference in a truck, like this truck specifically, jacking up from the front. Like my cars, there's very little resistance on the jack, whereas this thing, you're cranking on it. Definitely have it easy working on cars. Okay, so we're gonna do the rears now. I'm hoping I can do it without even jacking it up. We'll see though. All right, well, that was surprisingly easy. That whole project was easier than anticipated. I figured it would be relatively simple. So I'm gonna go for a quick test drive. The weather's so nice out. It was a little hot earlier today, but now it's like dialed, man. It's probably 75, 80, nice and crisp. Not a lot of humidity. So nice. Come on, Florida, keep it up. But yeah, so I'm gonna go for a little test drive just to see if anything changed at all, if it drives any better, and then we're gonna get back to TIG welding. But we finished working on our projects before it was dark. Granted, it was just swapping shocks, but still, that's an improvement. And Ben got his car out. We both got stuff done this week so far. It's only Thursday. Look at you, Ben.
That's a first.
Ben's doing his janitorial duties.
Taylor's the maintenance side. So.
The maintenance side?
The maid side.
Oh, yes, that is very true. Let's see how the gimbal does with a moving vehicle. Should be interesting. AC's loud. Oh, nope, that's not gonna work. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Huge improvement already. Huge improvement. Normally going down the driveway is completely bone jarring, whereas it's actually kind of soaking up the bumps. Would you just look at that? The ride is definitely dramatically improved. Still got a little bit of a shake. which this thing has had pretty much since I put the new wheels and tires on it. I know the tire shop didn't road force balance them because they didn't have a road force balancer. I don't know if that's it. I don't know if it's because I don't have the hub centric rings. I make sure to get them centered with the conical nuts, but I don't know. I don't know. If you guys have had any experience with this off-road tires, like vibration, it's intermittent too. Like sometimes it'll vibrate real bad and sometimes it won't hardly at all. So if you guys have any input, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, I'll see you when we get back to the shop, do some more TIG welding. Well, that went okay. Let's see. There's like some decently solid ones here, like this section, and pretty much all of this side is okay. That was a hole I filled in. There was like once, I think it was this section, where it's like both sides are pretty good. Right there is probably the best one. The one's like all purple. You guys can't see it because it won't focus. There we go. But when I got to this here, I guess all of it down here, because they were cut at all different angles, there was huge gaps, like literally, like it would be offset. It was bad. So I was trying to do it, but I just kept burning the edge, and like when it fit up nice, I could do it pretty good with Fusion. But when it comes to like adding filler rod and trying to go fast and welding a gap with like bad fit up, I don't have the coordination to do it yet. It's pretty surprising. I didn't think fusion welding would be that easy, but fusion welding is basically you're just welding without filler rod. So this is what you like dab into the puddle when you're TIG welding. So without it, you're just welding the metal that's there. So it's easier because you don't have to have the other hand coordination. I'm also using regular steel rod on stainless, which is not ideal either. So anyway, it's kind of a struggle, but we did it. Yeah, but I guess that's pretty much it for this video. I was really excited about the gimbal. I got it working and I was like, I gotta show them this and see what they think. So I wanted to see what you think. Let me know. I know you hate the shaky cam. I know the shaky cam is super frustrating and I understand why it's super frustrating. So this is my solution. Hopefully you like it. If you don't, you don't, I understand. I want to get your feedback on it. Also, in general, what do you guys want to see more of? What do you want to see less of? You know, kind of give me some input on that. It's hard to know, I've said this before, but it's hard to know what to and what not to film. Like putting shocks on my truck is not a very interesting topic, you know, but do I not film it? I'm sure there's some of you who want to see it. It's hard. That's probably the hardest part of YouTube, in my opinion, is figuring out what to and what not to film and trying to get views without using clickbait. It's all tough. It's all tough. But I just like making videos. I like hearing from you. I like knowing what you guys think. That is the fun part for me. So it is what it is. But anyway, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Goodbye.